What's going on, friends, family? You know, it's been a minute since I posted any videos or anything, man. What I got to say is too much to text. So I just thought I'd go ahead and put it on the video, man. It's been, like I said, it's been a minute since I posted anything like this. But I just wanted to share with y'all real quick, man. I've been going through a lot, man. A whole lot. And I know I ain't the only one. I know it's a few of us, a lot of us going through some things right now. And you try to figure out and understand why you've been going through the things you're going through. You're trying to find out where you went wrong, where you made the left wrong turn at. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to figure out what can you do to get yourself out of the situation. And you might not believe it or not, but the way you react or the way your relationship is with God, and the way that you live does play a part in what goes on in your life, man, regardless if you want to believe it or not. And I mean, I'm just here to tell you, you get mad, say what you want to say, do what you want to do, but the truth is the truth. You know what I mean? And it's up to you whether you want to accept it or not. And as for me, I hadn't quite been in the right position that which I should have been. And because of that, a lot of things in my life have been really out of whack. And I can't blame nobody but myself for that. So everything that I'm dealing with, all the consequences and everything that I'm facing right now, is a result of me being just basically disobedient, just doing what I want to do, be free and running wild, and allowing things into my life in which I should not have allowed. Once they were out, I allowed them to come back in and entertained it. And once I did that, it took control over me. And before I knew it, that old man, that old me started creeping back up. He came back. Man, he tried to get me, yo. He tried to kill me, yo. But I fought back. I fought back the best way I knew how. But, as far as strong as you think you are internally, spiritually, if you ain't there, you ain't going to win it. But you have enough strength to take a stand and tell yourself that you're not going out like this. And that's what happened for me. And 3 weeks ago, I got freed up. Now that I'm free, I'm like, like when you let somebody stay in your house for a couple weeks while you go take care of business. And then when you come back, you like, what the, man, I'm back now. I'm like, man, what you done did? You done messed a whole lot of stuff up, man. A lot of stuff is messed up in my life right now. Not like real bad, but it ain't the best right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like it's forever. It's like it's something that I can only put it in God's hand to fix it. You know what I'm saying? But I know I ain't the only one who going through stuff like this, man. I know I'm not the only one who got you know things going on in their life in which they can't explain or understand and stuff like that. So once I got freed up and I took a stand over my life and I told myself I wasn't going out like this, and I made a promise, remade a promise to God. What wound up happening for me was now God started basically picking me up where I left off at. A lot of people don't have the what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of people don't know what their purpose is in life. And for me, I've been blessed to find out what my purpose is and why I'm here. And God has blessed me with that. And I know why I'm here, and I know what my purpose is. And I've been running for it for a long time, yo, a long time. And it's just about time that I be real with y'all and be real with myself. You know what I mean? The calling over my life, I can no longer run from. I have to accept it and embrace it, because I can't go down again like I did 3 weeks ago. Man, that junk hurt. I ain't gonna lie. When God put you down, He put you down. I thought I was about to die, man. And the whole time while I was going through it, I knew why I was going through it. I wanted it. Half of me wanted it, but I didn't want it like the way I got it. Like I said, it was very painful. For those who was in service that Sunday, they understand. But I was in so much pain, man. And a lot of times the pain that we live in is the cause of creating more pain, because we do things from pain. You know what I'm saying? So in it all, man, I just want to share something with y'all real quick, man, and what I've been learning since I've been back in the mix and back into my flow of things when it came down to understanding and learning and just basically living this Christian life that I've been living, man. One thing I did learn is once you accept God into your life, there's no kicking them back out. You've let him in, and that's it. You made that agreement. You can't get rid of him. It's just plain and simple like that. You know what I'm saying? And it works both ways. Once you accept the enemy in your life, you still got a second chance to get out of it. Now, God, He'll allow you. He will leave you alone, but you're going to want to come running back. After a while, when it's too much for you to bear, or you could be stubborn and just, die a fool. You know what I'm saying? And that don't nobody want that. But for me, man, like I said, man, I'm just gonna be real with y'all, man. I do have a calling on my life that I've been running from. I'm cool. I'm trying to do my thing, man. Run the streets and chill. That's what I used to be like. Now I was on some. I want to raise my family and do the right thing, but I still wanted to keep that edge of me. And God said, you got to get rid of it all. And now I see why. Because if you don't get rid of it all, it's going to creep back up on you. And things that are familiar are going to be re-recognized into your life. And before you know it, you back in the mix. And everything that you claim witness to while you was living a saved Christian life is coming back to haunt you. Because now you're not living that life of what you announced to the world. I'm free. I'm saved. And, God is everything. Now you ducking off in the corner with your head down low and trying to live the double life, you know what I mean? And with that double life, man, it will kill you. It can kill you. And you got choices, man. You got options. You got options to whether you want to live right and, actually do what you're supposed to as a saved individual, a believer like myself. But also you got a choice to just do what you want. And when you do that, like I said, the consequences are brutal. Like I said, once I came back into it, and God literally knocked me off my feet. Literally knocked me off my feet. And I got up a new man, or a renewed man. I mean, I done failed so many times, man. I'm not even going to lie. I done failed so many times, but I get back up and I get back at it. I just don't quit. And the one time I did officially just say, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I quit. I don't want to do it no more. That's when God literally grabbed me, shook me, threw me around, shook it out of me and put, you going to do what I tell you to do when I say do it, because you made an agreement with me and I'm going to hold you to that agreement. And my agreement with God was, I told him, man, if you get me out the hood, I change my life. If you get me out the hood, God, I changed my life. And he did. And I'm in Florida. I've been in Florida for a while now. That's the agreement that I made with God. If you get me out the hood, I change my life. And I work for him. And that's what I've been up to. You know what I'm saying? When I tell people that story, man, they look at me like I'm crazy, man. They like, nah, man, whatever. That ain't what happened. This, that, and the other. But, I know the truth. God knows the truth. And everybody that was around know the truth. So in these situations that I've been dealing with, man, and these trials and tribulations that I've been dealing with, man, I've been studying now. I've been reading and comparing my situation to situations in the Bible. A lot of people say the Bible ain't real, it's fake, this, that, and the other. But I find it real ironic that a book or words that were written so many years ago, you can relate to those individuals in those situations to this present day. It's current. It's always living. When I say it's always living, it's because it's no Bible verse that you cannot turn to that will not relate to what you're going through in your life right now. At this very moment, it's current. You're currently going through. So out of it all, man, what I've been studying and what I've realized is, in every situation, every tribulation, every test, every trial that's thrown your way is set up to hinder, interfere, disrupt, destroy everything that God has planned and promised you. The enemy only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The enemy knows your every weakness. He knows how to activate them. He knows how to tempt you with pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much know how to catch you slipping. But what the enemy don't know is your reaction to all the actions that have been set up that's to knock you down. You know what I'm saying? And with that, he make you think it's nowhere to go, there's no way out, but understand there's always a way out. See, the enemy can't see and won't see your relationship with God and how deep it goes, the connection between you and God, how you and God coexist, how solid your foundation and understanding is with God. And look, peep this, God is so good, he's so great that he knows the enemy has limits and is limited. For example, in the book of Job, for those who don't know Job, man, Job was a very rich man, man. He had everything in that time. He had cattle, he had land, he had everything you think of, but he feared God, he loved God, he had a close relationship with God. And so one day in the book of Job, the Bible say that the devil was roaming throughout the world, and on the earth, I'm sorry. He was roaming throughout the earth, and, he encountered God, and God said, what you doing? He said, I'm looking, trying to see who I can mess with, pretty much. And so the guy was like, shoot, well, because this is how smart he is, because he know the enemy only knows certain things. He can't tell you what the reaction to these actions is going to be. So he say, hey, have you considered my servant Job? Man, he's shameless. Nobody can mess with him. That's a bad man right there. If you want to mess with somebody, mess with him. And the devil was like, okay. He said, but you can't kill him. You can mess with everything. You can take his money. You can take his crib. You can take everything from him, but you can't kill him. You cannot kill him. The devil said, bet. All right. I'm going to do everything. And you said I could, right? All right, cool. So that's what he did. So before you knew it, first he took his cattle. Then he took some of his land. He just basically his crops and everything. So what the enemy didn't see coming was Job ripped off all his clothes and he said, God, I'm here before you naked. Look, listen, I don't care what, take it all. I don't care. As long as I keep my relationship with you. See, the enemy didn't see that coming. You see what I'm saying? But God knew it was coming. The devil do everything he could at Job. Everything. And it's in the book of Job, starting in chapter 1, from verse 6 all the way down until you don't want to read no more. It'll tell you how everything that the devil threw at Job, Job basically took it and just continued to praise God. But see, what the enemy don't want you to understand is, or what the enemy don't understand is, I'm sorry, what the enemy don't understand is your reaction. So if the enemy take your car, then he not expecting for the connection of you and God with the understanding that you have this. I'm gonna be all right. God gave me 2 legs. I'm gonna walk. See, he wants you to be all upset and doing dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you lose some money or you get fired or something like that, the enemy wants you to be all discombobulated and crazy. And God can't control you to do the right thing. He can only hope that you do the right thing. But see, the enemy can't see that you have a connection with God and you have an understanding with God, that even if you can take anything from me, you can do whatever you want to do to me. At the end of the day, I'm still going to be where I have set myself to be, and that's with God, with the Lord. You see what I'm saying? And once you take that on and you understand that, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Nothing that is done to you will knock you down. It'll stumble you. It'll shake you up. You know what I mean? I got a thing I call shaking but not stirred. And I ain't talking about the drink. I'm talking about when the enemy comes into my life and he shakes me up. I'm shaking, but I'm not stirred. I'm not mixed up. You know what I mean? I'm not all messed up. I'm focused on what I need to be doing. Now, in the situations that I was going through, I wasn't mixed up. I wasn't shaking. I just completely had given up. I was tired of trying to live a right life. And in that, I felt like it was impossible to live a right life. But what God has been showing me is it is possible to live a right life if you keep a connection with me. And living the right life is not that hard. See, the thing is, the things that happen to us in life make us do certain things and then won't allow us to live that life that we want to live. You know, certain addictions, certain attractions, certain ways that we do things keep us from being right. You see what I'm saying? But if we get rid of it all and just basically focus on the Lord like Job did, then it won't matter what's done to you because God got you. See, what a lot of people didn't understand or didn't see in that story in the book of Job, I'll let you read it for yourself, is that God allowed this thing to happen because he already knew. He knew what was going to happen. He knew that at the end of the day, that man loved me. That man will serve me to the day that he dies because me and him have a connection, a bond, a solid foundation that tells me that he is my son and I am his king. You see what I'm saying? And until you build that, until you understand that, it takes time. It's nothing that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take trials and tribulations to get you to this point to where you realize, God, whatever happened, just let it happen. Let your will be done. When Jesus was in the garden and he realized exactly what was about to happen to him when he was about to nail him on the cross, he said, God, Father, do I really have to go through this? If I do, nevertheless, let your will be done. I'll have to go through it because Jesus and God connection was, the Father connection was like this. You see what I'm saying? It was hand to hand. It coexisted. You see what I'm saying? So I say all this to tell y'all this, man. No matter what the situation you're going through, find God in it and dig yourself out. It's always a way out. God is always has a way out, because if you found your way in, it has to be a way out, regardless of what it might look like. You could be blocked in by 5 men in a room and they tell you you can't leave and this is the only exit, and sickness can go across all 5 of those men and you can walk out with no problem. That's how crazy life is sometimes. You see what I'm saying? So don't ever think that you trapped or you stuck, because God will let you know nicely or boldly that you're not. And don't ever give up, because don't be like me, man, and don't give up, because I hate for somebody to have to go through the pains and the struggles that I went through just because they decided that they couldn't fight this fight no more. But if you feel this way, that you can't fight this fight no more, I'm here to tell you that you can. Just connect back with God. Restore yourself back into that connection. Restore yourself back into that foundation. Plant your feet back on solid ground when it comes down to you and God. And no matter what happens, you will be all right. You will be okay. You will make it. You will be straight. I promise you this. Amen. Amen. All right. Now, I thank y'all for listening to me for 14 minutes and 55 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to do this to help you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was going through. And now I'm sharing it with you so that you can understand and know that you're not the only one that's going through this. And hopefully what I've said to you will reach you, and then you can go and show somebody else this, or go and tell somebody what you've heard, and I hope it inspire you. You know what I'm saying? Because we all need encouragement out here. This world is crazy. It's not getting no better, and we're going to have to come together and find something that's going to keep us safe and protected in this crazy world that we live in. Amen. I thank y'all, man. I'm at 15 minutes now, man. Let me stop. All right, man. I love y'all.